Hey, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to walk you through how I'm eating more and losing fat. It may sound counterintuitive, but I'm going to walk you through how to do it strategically. If you are new to my channel, my name is Naseem. I'm a mom to a 2-year-old. I also work part-time in real estate. I have been posting a bunch here on my channel about my postpartum weight loss journey. I also do some mom content and a little bit of beauty content as well. So if you're into that, like this video, subscribe, join the family, and without further ado, let's dive right into today's video. I have always been a chronic dieter. From the time that I've been in junior high, I can remember constantly yo-yo dieting, trying every single fad diet out there, from restricting my calories in the middle of the week to then binging or overeating on the weekends. I have tried every single fad diet out there. Most recently, I have tried intermittent fasting. Now, with intermittent fasting, you're basically eating within a period of time. I was basically skipping breakfast and eating within an 8-hour eating window. During that time of intermittent fasting, I was also doing a very low carb diet, prioritizing animal-based products, essentially following a carnivore diet. Now, during that short period of time, it did work. However, I started seeing some really negative impacts on my health, on my energy levels, and just overall not feeling like myself. I was waking up fatigued, I was unmotivated, I was taking naps during the day, and I knew something wasn't right. Around October or maybe even September of 2024, when I decided to go and get my labs drawn. When they looked at my blood work, turns out that I had some hormonal imbalances. I had very low cortisol and very low testosterone. With all of that information, I decided to make some drastic changes with my nutrition and my lifestyle. I knew that something had to change because what I was doing at that moment in time wasn't serving me, and I had to be energized. I had to be fully functioning to take care of my 2-year-old on top of being able to also work. So I just completely overhauled my nutrition and my lifestyle, and that is when I hired a nutrition coach. November 2024, when I hired my nutrition coach, everything for me changed. It was a complete shift in my mindset, in my perspective, and with my relationship with food. What she had me do was slowly increase my calories, and we slowly and very gradually increased my calories up to maintenance calories. Around that time, my calories were anywhere around 17 to 1800 calories. I was feeling energized. I was feeling fueled for my training sessions. I felt just amazing. I felt great. And yes, during that time, I actually did change my body composition, which was incredible. So I want to walk you through exactly how we did this, how I'm able to eat more calories. It has to be done very strategically, and I'm going to tell you why it is so important to eat more in order to lose fat. What I really appreciated about this new approach to tracking my food, prioritizing protein, eating all of the different macros, was that I felt like it was a very sustainable approach. Not only did I feel fueled for my sessions, did I feel satisfied with my foods, but I was eating whole nutrient-dense foods. I wasn't restricting any food group. I wasn't limiting my calories. I wasn't really counting my calories. It was more just tracking my macros. And I just felt like this was a very healthy relationship with food that I could sustain within the long run. I immediately felt stronger in the gym. I was seeing muscles. I was feeling more toned. I was losing inches from my body. And I was like, how is this happening? I have never been able to eat this way and eat these many calories and feel satiated, not feel bloated, not look like I'm gaining weight, and my clothes are fitting better. How is this happening? Well, when you actually restrict your calories and when you're eating too few of calories, you're actually bringing your metabolism down. You are down regulating your metabolism and your hormones. So essentially, you are burning fewer calories at rest. Your body can actually go into what's called starvation mode, where you're slowing your metabolism down to conserve energy. When your metabolism slows down, you end up burning fewer calories at rest. It's actually beneficial to eat more, because when you're eating more, especially protein-rich foods, whole, nutrient-dense, fiber-rich foods, those foods that don't come in a box or a package, that have the fiber, those can actually help your metabolism become more active and burn calories more efficiently. The next major eye opener for me was that when I was eating too little and restricting my calories, especially during that whole intermittent fasting period, it was actually disrupting my hormones like leptin, which is a hunger hormone, and also it was disrupting my cortisol, which is the stress hormone. So this imbalance can make your body store fat, which totally makes sense because I was having the hardest time losing fat, especially the mom pooch, like around my belly. That just would not budge. I just put two and two together. It was like it was like a light bulb moment for me when I started increasing my calories and doing more research about this. Eating enough supports hormonal balance, promoting fat loss. Aha, hallelujah, I got here. I am like in this zone of just like being enlightened to all of this information and all of this knowledge that I just had to share with you guys. Not only does it affect your hunger and your stress hormones, but it also impacts your thyroid hormones. Like eating too little can negatively impact your thyroid hormones, which help you regulate your metabolism. All this to say, eating too few calories can also eat into your muscle. If you're drastically limiting your calories, your body actually might break down muscle for energy. That explains like the whole skinny fat concept. You can look thin overall, but your body fat percentage may be high relative to your muscle mass. Eating enough, particularly protein, supports muscle maintenance, supports muscle growth, which in turn boosts your resting metabolic rate. I noticed this a lot when I was restricting my calories, that I didn't have a lot of muscle definition. I didn't have muscle tone. It was extremely hard for me to build muscle and to have that kind of shapely look. And I really wanted to change my body composition, but I just could never get there with restricting my calories. Now it makes sense that I wasn't fueling my muscles. I wasn't giving it all of the essential amino acids that it needs in order to repair itself, to grow. Now I'm like looking back and thinking, wow, I wish my younger self knew this so that I could change the whole trajectory. But you know, we're here. It's never too late to change your diet and your lifestyle and to know these things. But another key thing here is that when you are eating too few calories, you actually start moving less throughout the day, which is important because it's not about just your workout sessions and how many calories you're burning in the gym or during that 1 hour time period. It's also all about the small little daily activities that you do throughout the day, which is called NEAT. Those small little fidgety activities or house chores, cleaning, vacuuming during the day that actually burn a considerable amount of calories. In chronic calorie restriction, that can actually make you feel more tired and less likely to move, reducing NEAT or non-exercise activity thermogenesis. I noticed this personally when I was in calorie restriction or when I was doing my cut, for example, when I was restricting my calories, I was tired. I was feeling a little bit more fatigued. And all of those little daily activities that you do during the day add up and they burn extra calories. That's just one thing to keep in mind when you are in a chronic calorie restriction. Now that I have slowly and gradually increased my calories to maintenance levels, I notice that I no longer have those cravings for sweets or for sugary things. Not to say that I don't still indulge in those things. Of course I do. I have a very balanced relationship now with food, but I have these small, frequent, very well balanced meals throughout the day, and I've spaced them out so that I'm not going long periods of time without eating. And it has helped me to prevent those sugar cravings, prevent those energy crashes, those blood sugar dips throughout the day. So that's really one thing that is so key in all of this, is just focusing on protein rich, well balanced meals that are very nutrient dense, where you're able to stabilize your blood sugar levels. So right now, my target is anywhere between 120 to 130 grams of protein in a day, and I space that protein out amongst my 3 to 4 meals in a day. I am focusing on like lean proteins, whole grains, fiber-rich foods, foods that aren't coming in a box or a package. I am able to essentially reduce my sugar cravings, reduce my cravings for junk food. I'm no longer scavenging and hunting for snacks and cookies and crackers in the cabinets, because my meals are well balanced. They are high in, the healthy fats and proteins and fiber, lots of veggies. So the key to eating more food without gaining excess fat is sticking to whole, nutrient-dense foods, and obviously meal frequency. So spacing out your meals not too far apart, but having them more frequently throughout the day. Every 3 to 4 hours, I usually will eat a meal. It will consist of at least 20 to 30 grams of protein, a lot of veggies, and whole grains. So that's kind of how I'm able to essentially eat more food without gaining excess fat. Adequate food intake has fueled my workouts. It is so incredible to see, because I've been able to up my weights each week, focusing on progressive overload. I'm able to train harder. I'm able to just have better workouts, which obviously leads to more calories burned and greater muscle retention, contributing to fat loss. I am, once again, focused on upping my weight each week, focused on time under tension. I train with intensity. I have 4 training sessions a week, followed by 1 cardio session a week. The transformation has just been amazing to see. I have my biceps that are popping out that I have never seen before. My stomach is flat. I've gotten rid of that mom pooch. I am prioritizing protein, and obviously without sufficient calories and without enough protein, your body can actually break down muscle for energy, which you could essentially lose a lot of your muscle mass, and less muscle mass means a slower metabolism, since muscle tissue burns more calories at rest. So it's so critical to retain your muscle and help your muscles grow, because you're gonna have a faster metabolism. It's just been so incredible to see this transformation within my body over the last 6 months of prioritizing protein, prioritizing good quality foods to fuel my workouts. I'm able to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning, train at 6:30 a.m., have a lot of energy for my workouts. I'm getting leaner, my clothes are fitting looser, I'm still eating more calories than I was 6 months prior to starting this journey. It's just been so incredible to see. By eating regularly and lifting weights, I am giving myself the fuel to build more muscle, which is the goal. And I've revved up my metabolism. I notice that I can eat a meal that is 600 calories, for example, for breakfast, but 3 hours later, I'm hungry again. Whereas before, when I was doing the whole intermittent fasting, my first meal was at 12 o'clock and I was full up until dinner time. And so I feel like my metabolism has definitely increased since increasing my calories and being able to train harder in the gym. My body has completely changed from 6 months ago. I have a lot more muscle definition. I have lost 9 inches from my body. Throughout this whole kind of like eat more to lose fat journey, my relationship with food has also changed. Although I've always loved food in general, don't get me wrong, I'm a major foodie. I never used to think as food as something that impacted my health and my body, at least not in a positive way. And now I'm really seeing it, and I'm really truly appreciating the impact that food has not only on my training and the types of workouts that I'm doing in the gym to build muscle, but also on my body and my health and on my energy levels. And I feel it. I notice it. I'm no longer having energy crashes or the need to take naps. I just have this overall new perspective on food and on calories, and it's just a big eye opener for me. So I want to just keep sharing my knowledge on this topic. I'm no expert by any means. I just love researching into nutrition, health, exercise, fitness, and so I just want to try and share that knowledge with you guys, because we're, as women, I think, so used to being taught less calories, be skinny, more cardio, and I want to shift that narrative. So hopefully you guys found this helpful. I will definitely be doing more of these videos in the future, so please like this video, subscribe, and I will see you in my next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.